Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Laura Hallett. I'm the spiritual director here at this beloved community that we have just created here together. Center for Spiritual Living is part of an international nonprofit organization that is committed to transforming lives through experiences of conscious connection, from the very experience of it, through creativity, through love, through peace, and through joy. We are uplifting and affirming organization, and we are thrilled to have everyone here. I'm so pleased to see all the people from the meetup group that showed up here. Thank you very much. I created it and thought, let's see what happens, and I'm over the moon at what happened here. So thank you all for being here, and those of you from our community that are here too, wonderful to have you here with us. We're so excited to offer you our very first Labyrinth walk. Our Labyrinth is 8 days old. So you guys will be the first group to actually walk the Labyrinth as a spiritual practice. So tonight consists of a few different parts. I'm going to take you into a contemplation. You have some clipboards on your seats with some probing questions, some thought-provoking questions. And I'll take you into a contemplation about that. There's a little space there to journal. There's also a blank sheet on the back of your finger labyrinth. Your finger labyrinth, there's 10 different patterns, so you may have one that's different from your neighbor, but it looks something like this. It says, "Walk with us" on it. Walk with us is our theme. So on the back of that, it's blank, so if you needed more space to journal, if you didn't bring a journal with you, then you can use that also as part of your journaling there. So I'll take you through a process a little bit, and then as everyone finishes individually, everyone works at different paces, then you're going to be invited to come up to the mouth of the labyrinth. Now, normally we don't walk across the labyrinth this way, but for this illustration, I'll show you. The mouth of the labyrinth is this opening down here. And so when we get down here, we generally pause. Take a moment, take a deep breath. You want to close your eyes. Think about what you've just experienced in the contemplation that we were going through. And when you're ready, you start your walk. I'm going to be down here to monitor the pace so that we don't all get crunched up on top of each other. So when the first person gets to that pole over there, I'll send the next person in. We think we can have about 10, maybe 12 people in the labyrinth at one time. We're going to see how that goes. We're pacing it. We've had about 6 in here, and it was totally great. So I don't know how many exactly we're going to get. This is the center of the labyrinth. The center of the labyrinth is a place for reflection, time for you to pause. You can stand there as long as you want, and when you're ready, you turn around and go right back out the very same way you came in. So a labyrinth is unique in that, most people, like if you Google labyrinth, well, first off, you're going to find the movie Labyrinth, and then you're going to find mazes. Labyrinths are not mazes. Mazes are designed to confuse you, to trick you. A labyrinth is an inward journey. You only have one path in, and it's the very same path in reverse going out. So there's no way to get tricked up in it as you're moving through there. And so then we have the dark lines. Those are called the wall of the labyrinth. And the path of the labyrinth is the lighter color in between the dark lines. There's a little bit of labyrinth etiquette. I have some points on your handout there on the back of the one with the questions. And I said this on Sunday, and I know I got quite a few laughs. The labyrinth is a metaphor for your life. How you walk the labyrinth is how you do life oftentimes. So when you're in the labyrinth and you come up behind somebody that's going too slow, think about what's happening inside of you. Are you kind of getting irritated? Are you kind of like, oh, what's wrong with this person? Why aren't they walking faster? My gosh. And we start to do that. And think about that in your life. How often does somebody not doing things the way you think they should be done, and that kind of disturbs you? Or this is my issue here. I'll be walking along the labyrinth in my own path, and I feel somebody behind me. And me being a people pleaser, I want to step aside so that they can pass me. We need to take care of our own selves. We need to let people take care of their selves too. So when you feel the person behind you, notice what's happening inside of you. Is it kind of disturbing you? Are you thinking you need to accommodate that person? Think about that. This is all about reflecting on how we live life in the journey of the labyrinth. And then when you walk out of the labyrinth, up here I have an altar set up with some votive candles for you to light. Now, the reason we're doing candle lighting is because the solstice is all about the return of the light. We've entered into the longest day of the year. There are 4 hours and 55 minutes less sunlight today than there will be in June on the summer solstice. So it's the shortest day of the year. And starting tomorrow, the light starts to return. We get more and more and more light. And so lighting the candle is a signifying moment for you about bringing the light back into yourself. So as you experience whatever goes through you in the process of the labyrinth, if there's anything that you want to claim that for yourself, you want to make sure that that's something you remember, take a candle, and here's the master candle over here. I don't know if you can all see this or not. I'm going to take a stick. I have a jar with sand in it. I'll take a stick, light the stick, and then light my candle, and then place it on the altar. You can place it wherever you like on the altar. I put my stick back in the sand, and that will extinguish any burning embers in the stick. At that point, you're welcome to go back to your seat if you'd like to be more in the space, the contemplative space. We also have some refreshments out in the lobby. Now, we are asking that we are silent while we're in this room so that we can keep the sacredness of the moment for each one. But I have some tables and chairs set up out in the foyer, and when we were having this building built, we asked them to make sure they really put good insulation between the halls and here, and we really can't hear much, so it's actually pretty good. So if you just have a quiet conversation, there's some tables over here on this hallway, some tables in this hallway, and then there's a few in the front part of the foyer. You're welcome to we have coffee, tea, hot chocolate, and some cookies and candy out there for you. You're welcome to sit and visit. Because again, we are all about connecting consciously here at Center for Spiritual Living. And so take a moment and connect with somebody. Find somebody that you haven't talked to before. Meet someone new. See what happened in their labyrinth experience, and tell them about your labyrinth experience. Because this is a powerful, transformative journey in consciousness as we move through the labyrinth. Raise your hand if you've never walked a labyrinth before. Is there anyone? Quite a few. Oh, wonderful. So this will be a new experience for you. Sometimes it's subtle. Come on in. Sometimes it's very subtle what happens in the labyrinth, and you might not even realize it for a couple of days. And so just let yourself be with whatever it is. However you experience the labyrinth, just let yourself be with that. So that's pretty much the gist of our evening. Before we get into the process, I want to tell you about a few things that are happening at our center, because after the labyrinth, I'm not going to talk. After we do the process, I won't be talking anymore. So I've set up monthly labyrinth experience on the first Wednesday of every month. We're going to be doing a labyrinth walk in here. Each month will be a different theme. So in January, it's January 3rd, and it's going to be an intention setting. Set yourself off on a right path for the year. So you can come back. It's at 7 o'clock at night on our Wednesday evening services. Our Wednesday evenings are all about the experience. The second Wednesday is a spiritual practice from a different part of the world. I'm bringing in all kinds of different spiritual practices, way to feel that conscious connection. The third Wednesday is exploring some of the different mystics of different faith traditions and how they practiced. These are the people we all admire and really hold high as being people that are consciously connected. So let's see how they did this work. The fourth Wednesday of the month is learning about our mind and our body and the connection between the two, and how what we think affects our bodies, and how we can begin to shift what's happening in our bodies by changing how we think about things. And so then the fifth Wednesday is going to be done by our music director who studies Joel Goldsmith, and it's called Hyacinths for the Soul. Joel always said we need hyacinths for the soul to enliven us, to bring us more in touch with what's around us. And so Justin's going to be bringing us some wonderful hyacinths for the soul. And so again, these start in January on the 3rd, and it's every Wednesday night. This is a free event for everyone, but we are a nonprofit organization, and so if you are moved by what you experienced here tonight, we would gratefully receive any donations. Kelly, would you raise your hand, shake your hand back there? Kelly's in the back there with a basket. If you want to get tax credit for it, there's an envelope in there that you can give us your contact information, and we'll be happy to send you a tax form at the end of the year. It's not expected, but if, like I said, if you are moved by what you experience here tonight, we gratefully accept any of your generous donations to further the work that we are doing here at Center for Spiritual Living. All right, I think that's it. I think we're ready to start. So, this is a contemplative, somewhat meditative experience. And so I will ask you to close your eyes every once in a while. I'm going to ask you to let yourself let loose of anything that's come before this moment. And we'll take a few minutes and center ourselves in our bodies, because that's always important, to get our bodies all fully present with us. Oftentimes we are somewhere else, and our body's trying to do the best it can. And so we're going to center ourselves into the moment. And as anything comes up that you want to record, remember, for any reason whatsoever, please make use of your handouts there to journal about it. All right. Hey, Joe, can we dim the... There we go. That's better. All right. Come on in. Come on in before we start. There's a couple seats up here. Or... That's perfect. So let's just begin by breathing. I like to breathe in through my nose, out through my mouth. But do what is comfortable for you. Don't worry about changing your breath. Just find your natural pace, the way your body feels most comfortable as you breathe in and breathe out. And now let's take the breath a little deeper. And as you breathe in and out, feel your shoulders drop and your chest relax. Notice if you have any tension in your neck, your upper back. And just consciously breathe into that area. I just do that by putting my awareness on that spot in my body. And just imagining the breath moving right to all of those cells. So just breathe in and breathe out. And now let your awareness drift on down your back, moving into the small of your back, into your hips. Notice what's happening internally. Do you notice any tension in your stomach or diaphragm? Just breathe into it and allow it to relax. And just feel that breath move on down your legs, down your thighs, into your calves, down your ankles and into your feet. Breathing in and breathing out. And now let's just begin to take a look at our lives. Take a look at the recent past. Is there anything coming to mind that gives you pause? Think about it. Is there anything that's causing you any distress? Don't get stuck in anything, just notice it. Become aware of where it's operating in your life. And maybe even where it's operating in your body. When you think of something that causes you anxiety, where do you feel it? And as you continue to just examine your past, let's move back a couple of months to the fall, the early fall. What was present for you then? How about the summer months? What was going on in your life during the summer? And move on back to the springtime. What were the things in your life that you remember from the springtime? And then journey back to last winter. What was happening for you last winter? This time of year is really about resting. Just as the farmers allow their fields to rest, we too need to allow our lives to be a bit fallow, allowing ourselves to just regroup and re-energize. And so as you look back over this past year, is there any place in your life that still feels a bit dark? Like there's something there that needs to be released? Are there any areas in your life where you could use a little more light? And just like the world as the light returns to it here in the Northern Hemisphere, think of bringing that light back into your life. And so when you're ready, just take a few moments and reflect on the questions on your handout or anything else that's come up for you during this contemplation. When you feel called and you feel complete, you can quietly make your way to the mouth of the labyrinth by simply walking around the outside edge. Just stay in your seats for a few moments and wait till the line gets a little shorter. That way you're not standing. Thich Nhat Hanh says that we should kiss the earth with our feet, and I think our labyrinth was thoroughly and completely kissed tonight. What a wonderful experience it's been, having 62 beloved souls here with us. That's an amazing amount of people to do a labyrinth walk, and for our inaugural walk, I am overwhelmed. So we appreciate all of you coming. If you're interested, we have a phenomenal music department who has put together a great Christmas Eve service on Sunday at 10 a.m. So if you'd like to join us for that, I hear that Santa and Mrs. Claus are going to be here, so if you have little ones, you might want to bring them too. So we really appreciate you coming here tonight, especially those of you that are new to us. We're so delighted to have you here. Please check out our website. It's cslglv.org. It's on the bottom of your finger labyrinth. I didn't say much about the finger labyrinth, but take those with you, because whenever you can't get physically to a labyrinth, you can pull out your finger labyrinth and get quite a bit of clarity by walking that with your finger. And so take that with you and enjoy that. Please, again, check out our website. If you would like to sign up for our e-blast, we don't send out a ton of emails, so you won't be inundated with that. But you can do that on our website, again, cslglv.org, and we will be happy to let you know everything that's happening here. We have a phenomenal website, and it's kept up to date. So please join us as you can, and consider coming back on January 3rd for an intention-setting labyrinth walk. Fellowship out in the foyer, please. Coffee, cookies. I don't want to take them home, and we can't hardly leave anything here, so please take them. Have some cookies, coffee, chocolate, tea, and enjoy a little bit of company tonight. Thank you, everyone, for being here. You're welcome.